Hi guys and welcome. So in this video I'm going to talk about indigenous tribes, the nature and the inner earth. So a big part of this video which has to do with the importance of the indigenous tribes all over the world is something I've been wanting to make a video on for a very long time, because it's something that it's very, very important in my perspective to have awareness of for a lot more people in the world. I've been sitting down to do the video several times, and as always when I'm going to do a video I'm connecting in before I do the video and ask if there's any more messages or anything specific other than what I've been preparing for. And several times it has then been other messages coming in and they have told me to postpone that video. And I haven't really understood why, but I do trust. And now it makes a lot of sense because there's so many different layers that has been coming together and sort of making a bigger picture of it. So now it's finally time. I have been very, very humbled by being visited by so many different indigenous tribes over the last months. So for me, the Native American energy, if you want, is the one I'm most used to having around me and working with and interacting with. Over the last months there have been many both memories of past lives and also visitations I've had of different indigenous tribes where I've been shown rituals they've been doing. I've been just watching interactions playing out. I've been receiving messages and a lot of the tribes I don't even know where they are from or what they call themselves. But it's been a really beautiful experience for me, and I'm really grateful for everything I've been shown and those really beautiful energies. I'm tearing up as I'm talking about it now because they hold this. I'm really sorry, you guys. I didn't expect this. They hold this really, really beautiful connected energy, connected to the earth, and that's something that is very dear to my heart. The honor, the way they honor the earth, the way they understand the multidimensionality and the different realms, the way they respect both the higher realms and the earth, the way they incorporate the elementals, the way they honor the plants and work with them, the way they look at healing, for example. There's so many aspects that is something we as humanity in a collective are starting to move towards again. I mean, it's obvious that it's been a massive disconnection from our own spirit, the totality of who we are as a human being. A disconnection from energy, a disconnection from the earth and from the animals, from the plants, and a disconnection from the spirit realms and the higher frequencies for a very long time. I think it was in May 2019 was the first time I was channeling a mountain. And through this mountain I received messages from the inner earth. I have later been bilocating into the inner earth and receiving more and gaining more understanding of it. And the part, because there's so many different things and many people are experiencing this and many people have way more knowledge about it than what I have. So what I am receiving has mostly to do with the Atlantis consciousness, which is rising. So I just want to say that so that you know what part I am receiving and what I am talking, what perspective I'm talking from. I was shown then that the frequencies of this consciousness is being or was going to be released up to the collective. And that has started. I got the first specific message of this starting happening. It was, I think, 27th, 28th of December 2020. Was the first time I received a specific message that now over some days these and these things can be experienced, that it has to do with these frequencies starting to come up. And it's the way they're showing it to me is that the frequencies are coming from the inner earth and going through the mountain, and then it's sort of just sort of almost evaporating out of the mountain, and it's being, they say, distributed all over the planet with the winds and the winds of change. And what I've been shown, and that has really put emphasis on the importance of the indigenous tribes in the period that we have been so disconnected as humans, as humanity, is that the rituals the indigenous people have had and have now, of course, and the way they've been working with Gaia, with Mother Earth, has been connecting to the inner earth, has been keeping those frequencies more connected, and has been preparing what is coming now, because it has sort of kept the connection there. And what they showed me, and I'm sure it's happening, in different ways, but what I was shown, and what I was just watching, because they showed it to me, the whole, like how the energy was moving and flowing and everything. I saw a bonfire and I saw a tribe dancing, and I saw all the joy. I saw how expressive it was, how much they were in their heart space, how connected they were. And as they were dancing, it was almost like zoomed in on their feet, and how their feet barefoot on the ground were sort of like how it was presented to me was like they were working with the earth with their feet in the way they were dancing. And what I was shown was that this was almost like as an acupressure. It's the only thing I can probably compare it with, of the earth. So the dance in and of itself is actually activating and keeping the frequencies flowing from the inner earth. And then I was shown that in this scene, all the elements were in play. So it was the fire from the bonfire. Then it was the earth that was activated through the dancing. Then it was the water through the human body. And then it was the air around. And I saw the drums, and I saw how the frequencies of the drums are entraining with the frequencies from the inner earth, and how it helped move it. So it moved almost like it was like all the elements started moving in a more coherent coherent way. And after a while, the way it looked like for me was like it almost from each element starting to move in a very coherent way of itself. It was almost like all of these started entwining with each other, and it looked like almost like one big toroidal field going down in the earth, into the inner earth, bringing those frequencies up and through the fire, through the water in the human body, through the air, and it was just like moving like this. And I was told that this has been such an important part for Mother Earth, to keep the frequencies that are held within her accessible, and also to keep as many humans as possible throughout all the disconnected phase on the planet, to keep as much or as many humans as possible in the low frequency we've been in, connected and actually able to hold that and to bring that through with the ancestral lines. And they told me that the humans in general does not know how important this part has been. And they said that there are also many, many indigenous people all over the world that are not fully aware of how important their heritage has been, and the practices and the rituals they hold, how important that has been for the planet, for Mother Earth, and for all which is happening now with the Great Awakening. So I really, really want to honor that. I feel so much gratitude for it, and I think it's really beautiful, and I think we all can learn a lot. Which brings me into the part with the nature, because this first part that I was talking about now is what I've been wanting to make a video on for a very long time. And now I was shown yesterday, I was communicating with a tree, and it told me that what is connecting so much of the nature with humans is the water and the resonance of the water. And I've been receiving so many messages lately about water, about drinking water, working with the frequencies of water, and being in the water if we can. Whether that be in a bathtub or in the shower, or it's in the ocean or a creek or a lake or whatever. But to really work with this, because there's so many changes happening in the physical body now. There's so many cellular changes, and we have so much water in our bodies. So really being aware of this and working with those frequencies can really assist and help us. And what this tree told me was that there's a lot of water in the tree trunk. There is a lot of water in all types of plants. There's water in everything, and that's why when we are starting to come into higher frequencies, we are starting to more easily be able to tune in and to feel those frequencies. So what I got from this tree was that it felt like it was like super excited, like finally, like people are starting to feel us. And I was told that it's like a shift happening right now, that there are way more humans that are going to start experiencing a deeper layer of the nature. And that has to do with the resonance with the water. Because the frequency of the water in our body is starting to shift because we have more light, and because we're starting to come into more of a flow and like a more of a fluidity in the way we move through our lives, trusting, like surrendering more, staying in allowance, and then trusting the higher self, and dismantling both individually and collectively control and contraction and the ego, that grasp of fear that it holds. And by doing this and starting to practice to live more in this flow state, we are getting closer to the frequency of the water in the nature, and because of that we can more easily receive these codes. We can receive the frequencies, or we can feel them. We can consciously feel them and connect more. And the same with elementals. They said that there will be a lot more humans that will be experiencing elemental beings and nature spirits the coming months. They showed me that it's almost like, this domino effect. Like, now people are finally starting to see us and feel us, and they were so excited. It was really, really beautiful. And then I was shown today that this was the part that was, or the point they wanted us to come to before I was going to share this message, because this is all connected, and there will be more people being able to receive the message and really see that part of the importance of the indigenous tribes as well, when we are in the frequency that we are starting to connect on a deeper level with the nature. So I think that was really, really beautiful. I also had an experience a few weeks back when I was doing some energy work on myself, and I was suddenly finding myself inside my body, watching out. So I was like in the core of my body, and I was watching my body from the inside, and I heard this this sound coming by, which was the veins. I heard my blood sort of passing by. And that's also something I was shown today when I was tuning in to bring these pieces together. And they showed me that this is the same. It's the water, it's the fluidity in the body. And they said that there are, and I don't know, take it as it resonates. If it doesn't resonate, you just leave it. But they said that there might be humans that will hear this sort of noise, like something just like rushing through, and that's because they start tapping into the water in their own body. And it can be like a bit disturbing if you don't know what it is, that sound. And of course, you feel into it. If it doesn't resonate, you just leave it. But I was told to share this, so whoever might resonate with it and experience it and feel the resonance with that, this is probably me hearing things inside my body. There's your confirmation. I think that was what I was told to share now. I'm just looking through my list. Yes, it was. So I hope this can bring some awareness and be helpful for you in some way. Really, really in honor of the indigenous tribes over the world, and I'm so welcoming a deeper connection with the nature for all of the humanity. It's really beautiful the way things are moving, even though it in many ways does not look like that when we look out in the society right now. But things are shifting massively. The things that's what comes from the things I've been experiencing and what I've been shown and received in channelings. And yeah, I just hope you can feel the frequency of this and the messages, because I've been really connecting in before doing this video, and the energies are just like flowing through my body massively now. So I hope you can be able to feel it. I hope it is helpful for you in some way, and let me know in the comments if you have any questions, as always, and also if this resonates with anything you've been experiencing, your thoughts and your comments on it. Always love to hear what you think of it. So I will see you in the next video, and I wish you a beautiful day. Bye bye.